Thank you so much for coming. It's a pleasure to be here tonight, kicking things off, to be surrounded by so many familiar faces, as well as a few new faces here. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sam Roston. I joined Satov in 2010 as an intern just out of school and worked at the firm right until 2014. I now work at the Heart and Strategy Foundation, or the Heart and Stroke Foundation, as part of their strategy group. So I, for one, believe in the importance of starting things off right, and I think everyone has a glass in their hand. So could we just raise a toast and give a cheer to Mark and Sam and the Satov team for hosting us tonight. Thank you so much. So I have to admit, when Mark asked me to speak tonight, I accepted the invitation with honor, but I accepted with a bunch of reservations. First of all, although it may not seem like it, I have a general fear of public speaking. So being up here in front of all of you, it's been a couple sleepless nights thinking about what I was going to say. But second of all, I know how much this party means to Mark and Sam and the team, and it probably means more than the traditional holiday party. To give people a bit of context, the first Satov holiday party was actually in 2012, and it coincided with the 10-year anniversary of the firm. And I have to admit, being part of the firm for that party, it felt like this monumental moment. Even though Sam and Mark make it seem easy, consulting is an incredibly tough business. Every year is feast or famine. And so to be at the firm at that time, it finally felt like maybe we had staying power, that we weren't just going to fold, the next year, that we were kind of building something. And now 4 years later, I'm pretty proud to say, even though I'm not part of the firm, I'm still associated with it. The Satov brand, the team has never been stronger. And this event to me remains an amazing opportunity to celebrate the success of Satov, but more importantly, to bring together, the extended Satov family and to celebrate the long-lasting success of our clients. So thank you all for coming. I know it means the world to Mark and Sam. Mark explicitly told me not to do this, but I'd be remiss if I didn't say a couple words about him, given the platform that I have, the literal platform. As I mentioned, I joined Satov when I was 20 years old, and my years there were pretty formative for me for, as I imagine, the rest of my life. And I feel incredibly fortunate that I had Mark acting as and continuing to acting both as a mentor, both in my professional life and my other life. While I was at the firm, Mark consoled me in his office when I experienced my first heartbreak. Mark was there for me, pushing me to move out of my parents' place long after it was appropriate that I was still living with them. And Mark was the guy who literally gave me my first big promotion, probably recognizing more potential in me than I even realized in myself. So when I think about Mark, I think about words like, champion, confidant, and true friend. So I'm just so lucky to have him in my life. And now that I'm at Heart and Stroke, while it's those, my Satov honed PowerPoint skills or my logic skills and problem solving skills that I use on a day-to-day basis, it's when, I have to write a really tough email, or there's a cross-functional issue that I have to deal with, or maybe even most ironically, when someone comes into my office now crying and needs to be consoled, that I'm most appreciative of my time at Satov and the firm. And the reason I bring that up is because while Mark and Terry are going to talk about customer segmentation, it's going to be great, I promise. To me, it's really that emotional intelligence combined with practicality that sets the firm apart. And it's those core values that Mark and Sam instill with everyone that works at the firm. And to me, that's kind of the lasting legacy of Satov. And that's why I'm pretty confident that unless Donald Trump blows up the world, in 2022 and in 2032, we'll be in a room similar to this, celebrating the 20th and 30th anniversary of the firm respectively.